This is the collision of common sense and comedy. This is Defenders Live.
Some tinkering going on with the inaugural address, but his aides have made really clear it's not like he's trying to ignore or paper over either what happened at the Capitol 2 weeks ago or what we've been through throughout 4 years of the Trump presidency. And the contrast on display tonight was so stark. I mean, those lights that are just shooting out from the Lincoln Memorial along the reflecting pool. It's like almost extensions of Joe Biden's arms embracing America. It was a moment where the new president came to town and sort of convened the country in this moment of remembrance, outstretching his arms. And contrast that with that video you just saw of a disgraced president on his way out at his lowest point in his presidency at the very end here by himself, fighting for his political movement to live on, and not even necessarily promising that he's going to be leading that movement, you noted in his remarks tonight. I just think that sort of isolated moment of Donald Trump inside the White House versus Joe Biden on the National Mall with an embrace of the country in this dark time on the eve of his becoming the 46th president. You couldn't get a stronger contrast.
Like a bridge over troubled waters.
Do you have any extra rope laying around? I have a sudden urge to just hang myself. I literally, with the headlines that we have tonight, with everything, I literally feel physically sick to my stomach. Like, this is...
Oh, gosh. It's so good, though. I mean, come on. It's great. You know?
No, it's not.
Oh, yeah, it's great.
His arms are outstretched.
Yep.
What?
The lights over the reflective pool in front of the Lincoln Memorial just makes it feel like his arms are outstretched to the people of this nation.
No.
Embracing America.
No, I was, hold on. You're wrong on there. They are outstretched to take everything from us.
Yes, it's true.
And we have the stories to prove it.
We do have the stories to prove it.
I'm going to tell y'all now, and I told Steven this before we came on the air. At this point, from
when he saw the stories that I pulled, he's
just
not
show
happy.
prep. Yeah,
he is not
just
happy.
from show prep, and I kind of knew. I mean, today he was inaugurated and all that crap. Like I kind of knew what's coming. We all kind of know what's coming with Joe.
Right. What's going to happen down the line?
It's not going to be anything that we're going to like. It's going to suck.
Right.
From what we have in prep right now for today, I am desperate. I wish that I could have a time. I wish we were back in 2020. All of the stupidness with COVID and the lockdowns and all that stupid.
And still talking about the Russia gate.
Yep. I want to go back.
Said take it back.
And I'm not the only person. By the time if it's not the show is over, I mark my words, somebody is going to be, by the time halfway through his administration, everybody's going to be going, 2020 wasn't so bad. That wasn't so bad.
It wasn't so bad. I'm just saying.
I'm not. Oh, this
2020 may have been a precursor, but it wasn't bad. It was a prequel.
No, I think it was, what I honestly think, and don't get me wrong, the whole drama over COVID and the lockdowns and crap sucked.
Yes.
But all in all, I think it was the calm before the storm.
No. Oh, see, I think
that's how
I'm there with you. But I'm going to take it one step further.
Yeah.
Because there's a movie, a documentary. There's a documentary that came out a couple years back. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's called I Am Legend.
Yeah.
Have you heard that documentary?
I have. Ironically.
Have you seen it?
I have.
Have you seen that?
Yeah, I know where you're going with this.
It's a very it's very realistic.
It is.
It's a very realistic documentary.
It is.
You see, I Am Legend happened in the year 2021.
Oh.
I Am Legend also happened. The entire movie premise is about a vaccine gone wrong. Mm-hmm. They never said what the vaccine was supposed to cure, but it's a vaccine gone wrong.
Yep.
And we are now in 2021. I
still would rather go back, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that the vaccine's gone wrong, guys.
Yeah, and the Slug Escape over on Twitter also Antifa is burning down a Democratic office in broad daylight in Portland today. I saw that.
Okay, you're saying Antifa. You know what they're calling it? They're calling it Republicans. Mm-hmm. They're calling it Republicans, not Antifa. They're not saying Antifa. They're saying Republicans are burning down.
Which is funny because, and it's funny that you say it that way, because the intern today was reading through Facebook and read that exact same thing out loud. And I'm like, well, are you sure it's today?
Yeah.
Well, because you know how Facebook will be. You'll read something and be like, holy smokes, I never knew this before. And then you find out it was 2 years ago or last year or whatever.
No. This is today.
This was today.
It was today.
But even what she read, it said Antifa.
Right. But no. There were a couple of main story companies that out there that they were like, Republicans burning down this.
Yeah.
Trump supporters burning down this.
No, that's not what they do.
They don't.
That's not their MO.
Right. Trump supporters taking over Portland. Yeah, right. First off, there are none there.
There are none there.
They all moved out.
Unless you bust them in. And guess what? Most of those cats have jobs. They can't take time off.
They're not busting in.
They don't have time to take off to go in, and
they're the ones that still have work.
I just y'all buckle up because it's going to be a rough hell of a ride. That's all I'm saying.
So President-elect Joe Biden plans to issue a flurry of executive orders.
Shocker.
Yep. 17 of them to be exact in the first hours of his presidency in an attempt to undo pretty much everything that President Trump accomplished over the last 4 years.
Good.
Out of the 17 executive actions, 15 of which are executive orders, general addresses, which the transition team has billed as 4 overlapping and compounding crises.
Okay.
The COVID crisis.
Okay.
The resulting economic crisis, the climate crisis, and the racial equity crisis.
Hold on. 4 overlapping? Or so when they say 4 overlapping, does that
compounding?
Mean, no, well, we'll get to the compounding part in a second.
Yeah.
The overlapping part. Does that mean that you can put those 4 descriptors into any order and they would overlap with each other?
Basically.
Because I can understand the COVID and the economic crisis.
COVID and economics, yeah.
And to a point.
Economics and climate?
No.
I can't see that.
It's the racial
and
race
climate.
and economics and race and COVID. I can kind of see that.
But where does climate fit into it?
Where does climate come in? That was what stuck on me.
I think that's the overarching. That's the overarching
Hold
thing.
on. So it's the 4 that overlap and the climate is the compounding?
No.
It's the climate's fault that makes all of this
on
worse?
all of it.
That's what I meant. It makes all of it worse.
Yes. They all make each other worse, but climate makes everything worse.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because it's been crappy.
Yeah, it's been terrible.
The weather has been horrible.
Whether the weather is hot.
No, it's whether the sea is boiling hot.
Oh. I thought it was whether the weather is not.
No. I was thinking of the walrus from Alice in Wonderland.
Anyway, cuckoo, cuckoo. Senior officials in the incoming Biden administration reportedly characterized the blitz of unilateral action as undoing or reversing the Trump-era policies they believe were harmful or inhumane, including a list of actions that are, a list of actions are the terminations of border wall construction along the U.S.-Mexico border, which...
okay, so they're still building that wall.
I thought that was a law. That wasn't just an executive order.
No, it wasn't.
Was it? Mm-hmm. Oh, it was. Okay.
Mm-hmm. But here's my thing. That money has been spent.
Yes, but they're going to stop spending any more money now.
No, but the money's been spent.
Yes.
The wall is not complete.
Right.
It was never going to be complete in the first place.
But the money was spent anyway.
The money is spent. The taxpayers have lost money on this, and now you're going to ensure that they don't get anything out of it.
Well, yeah, of course.
Wow.
Yeah. Rejoining the Paris Climate Agreement because it helped.
Do you realize right now, and we're like one story in, we're 15 minutes into a show. Mm-hmm. I'm literally sitting here biting my tongue not to say words that I'm not supposed to say.
That is generally not great to have on
I'm not
air.
kidding you. This is not hyperbole. I would not be surprised if my eyes bleed here before too long.
And it's not from reading.
Oh,
It's from the blood pressure just...
This is insane.
And launching a whole of government racial equity initiative.
What the hell does that mean?
I don't know, but Biden will also reportedly re-engage the WHO, launch a nationwide masking challenge, and reverse Trump's ban on travel from Muslim nations. According to CNBC, the complete list of day one executive actions go as follow. Launching the 100-day mask challenge.
What does that mean?
That means you have to wear a mask every single day, no matter what you're doing, all the time. Including the leading by example in the federal government. Quote,
oh, no.
re-engaging with the World Health Organization to make Americans and the world safer.
God, I'm really about to say something bad. Bad words are coming.
Structure our federal government to coordinate the unified national response to COVID. Extend evictions and foreclosure moratoriums. Extend student loan pauses. Rejoin the Paris Agreement on climate change.
Why? Paris isn't even part of the Paris Agreement anymore.
And I know. Roll back the President Trump's environmental actions in order to protect the public health and the environment and restore science.
What? Hold on. No. What?
We're going to restore science.
In order to restore
science.
Where did it go?
I don't know.
I
don't know. We started using NASA again, and suddenly science left.
Did somebody do something with it?
No, science left Earth because we started using NASA again.
So that's on the space station.
NASA. Well, no. You remember when Barack Obama was there? NASA was used to teach mathematics to people in Middle Eastern countries.
Okay.
Trump came into office and he started using NASA to actually launch satellites again.
Okay.
So that's where all the science went. Into the satellites.
So
they're gone. All the science is gone.
So we have no more science
left.
left.
Now we have to restore the science. It's like okay. It's like going into a library that you haven't been into for a long time, or like a catacomb. Like you're going into like ancient ruins.
Okay.
And you dust off this old book, and suddenly you realize you rediscovered knowledge.
Okay. No, and I get that part. So my question then is, by restoring it, we say that it was sent into space, because,
Yeah, right. That's what we're saying.
Orange Man sent it into space.
Orange Man sent all of our science into space.
So does that mean that science is going to be rediscovered, as in like you're talking about in catacombs, or was it all collected and sent into space, and now we have to literally by trial and error do it again?
I think it's the second one.
Damn.
Yeah.
Probably.
He launched it into the atmosphere and let it burn up, which caused even more greenhouse gases.
He launched it into the sun.
That's all it was. All the science has gone into the sun. Launch a whole of government initiative to advance racial equity.
Again, what does that mean?
That's a good question. Reverse President Trump's executive order excluding undocumented immigrants from reappropriament.
What?
Reapportionment counts. Okay. Yeah, that's weird. Preserve and fortify protections for dreamers. Reverse the Muslim ban.
It wasn't a Muslim ban.
It was a ban from countries that are high in...
like, terrorists. It's not... So... Okay. Not all Muslims are terrorists, but so far, almost every terrorist has been a Muslim. Okay?
Political terrorists are basically Muslim. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, it's not a stab against the people of Saudi Arabia. It's not a dig against the people in Egypt or wherever. It's not against them. And Egypt's not even on that list, by the way.
No.
But it's not against the religion. It's against the countries that would do us harm.
He also went to repeal the Trump Interior Enforcement Executive Order.
What is that?
I don't know. Stop border wall construction completely, which is a repeat of earlier somehow.
So he's going to do it twice?
Yeah,
the first time wasn't going to be good enough?
First, he's going to pull the money, and then he's going to stop the construction.
Good.
Deferred enforcement departure for Liberians?
That does say librarians. Is that a typo? Please tell me that's librarian.
Presidential memorandum?
I don't know.
I don't know. All right. Preventing and combating discrimination on the basis of gender identity and sexual orientation.
That is not the government's job.
Thanks for spiking the audio there.
I don't care. Do you realize? Okay. Here's what this is. The problem I'm having, it's not the language that I shouldn't be using. Okay, we do on this show try to uphold and maintain
Generally speaking.
as honest to God, as good as we can. We try to maintain a very family friendly show that no matter what's going on, you can listen with your kids. Maybe they can learn something, whatever.
Sure.
Okay, that's what we try to do. That's not the problem I'm struggling with right now.
Yes.
I want to throw off, and at this point, I don't care. My problem is there's an itty bitty little boy sleeping 2 walls over there. And if I'm on the verge of popping, I want to say, because if I say the bad word, here's what's gonna happen. If I say the bad word, the dam will open.
I know.
And it will flow.
I know.
And it won't stop. And then I'm gonna have your wife kicking my ass, and I'm not in the mood for that.
But it'll happen after the show, so it's fine.
No, I don't. I gotta work in the morning. I don't need to go in limping. What happened to you? Steven's wife kicked my ass. I don't need that. This is so hard. Oh, dear Lord.
Executive branch personnel ethics executive order.
You can't.
And the regulatory process executive order and presidential memorandum.
Why? Purely honest question. Why would a president need to get rid, or even have, for that matter, an executive branch of personal ethics
Executive board?
executive order?
Yeah, I don't know.
Why would you, ethics, to my understanding, is generally the same across the board, right?
No.
What? It's not?
No.
Are you sure?
Our ethics are nowhere close to his ethics.
No, I didn't mean that. I meant the true ethics. Not the kind is, well, my ethics and his ethics. We're talking true, the real, genuine.
I'm saying there's a difference between political ethics.
No. No, there isn't. Real ethics is ethics.
Ethics.
It's just like keys. I've got keys in my hand. The keys are keys. Okay?
Ethics are ethics.
Okay. One, why does the executive branch need to have an executive order on personal ethics in the first place? Number one.
Because they changed their ideas on ethics.
But you can't change your ideas on a principle. The principle is sound. The principle is true. The principle is forever.
Not to them.
I got that.
Then that's why they have it.
And two, why would you insist? Ethics are supposed to be a good thing. Why would you come in and immediately get rid of an executive branch personal ethics executive order, other than the fact that literally everything that you read on this list is him going, let's see, tell me what Trump did. Give me a list of what Trump did. Oh, well, and they went through, and it has nothing to do with taking care of the people, has nothing to do with the betterment of the country. It has to do with the fact of, I want to make sure we expunge everything that the orange man did, period, good, bad, or otherwise.
Yep. And
that's not what a president's job is.
Yeah. So you know that that one presidential order, the drain the swamp order that Trump did?
That works so well.
Well, it was to stop anybody from being able to be a lobbyist.
Yeah. Yes.
After office.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Trump actually pulled that himself.
Okay.
He pulled that executive order out.
Okay.
Like hours before he left.
And.
I'm just saying.
And
It was a good executive order as far as executive orders go, and it should have stayed in place.
it should have, but if it was such a good order, and this is me being a pissy right now, if it was such a great order, then he should have went through, after the executive order, he should have went through and channeled it properly to make it a law. Otherwise, shut up.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be there.
Because that's, to me, is the biggest problem with executive orders. It's not that, the power of the pen of one man. Though that is
a pen and a phone.
Yeah. No, I'm not afraid to use it. That is a problem, though, but that's not my biggest problem. My biggest problem is when people put them in, the guy that's opposite of them that follows after doesn't look at how good it is, how positive it was, or even turn out. They may have disagreed with it, but won't even look at it in an open-minded way and go, you know what? Maybe this did work after all. They're not going to do that. No. You're going to turn around and go, you know what? He did it, and I don't give a fig. I'm going to get rid of it.
Yeah, that's basically what's happening here.
And that's childish. That's preschool crap.
Well, I mean, speaking of, he's had a very busy day. He's had a very busy day.
Well, he does tire easily.
Yeah, he tires easily, but it's a very busy day, and I think he might have gotten confused.
Wait, Joe Biden getting confused?
I think Joe Biden. I'm just saying because the new Biden administration appears to signal a shift in the U.S. policy towards Israel on Wednesday. That's today. Immediately following Joe Biden being sworn in as the 46th president, the Biden administration changed the name of the U.S. ambassador to Israel, to Israel's Twitter account to state, quote, the official Twitter account of the U.S. ambassador to Israel, the West Bank, and Gaza, which also marks a shift away from the Trump administration's pro-Israel policy. I know it's just a Twitter name, but there is value in a name.
Again, like we said yesterday, the words have meaning.
And first off, too many words.
Oh, dear God, yeah.
Too many words.
Nobody cares.
Too many words.
On Twitter, but because
names on Twitter.
It's on Twitter.
It's a Twitter name.
It's official now.
Yeah, it's an official name on Twitter, and I bet you it's blue checked.
Guaranteed.
But it's the official name is, quote, the official Twitter account of the U.S. ambassador of Israel, the West Bank, and Gaza. End quote.
That's a lot.
That's a mouthful.
They're not going to believe that. People aren't going to believe that.
Well,
even with a blue check mark, nobody's going to believe that.
But you're doing the whole idea is you're taking out Israel focus and you're making it the entire area.
Yeah.
Focus. You're making it the entire area. They're saying West Bank and Gaza is separate from Israel.
And it's not.
No, it's not.
It's not. It may be.
It's basically saying Israel and Palestine, which is.
Yeah. I was going to say, you might be talking, it might be occupied. Currently,
it is an occupied land, yes,
but it's not. It's still Israel. It's still. If you go by the 1948 lines and everything else, was it 48? I keep saying it. I think it was 48.
Yeah, something like that.
The 48 lines, like it's Israel.
Yeah. So from the Washington Free Beacon, the United States has for decades declined to take the policy and position on the West Bank and Gaza territories, maintaining that Israel and Palestine must decide negotiations on the area on their own. Where it will be split up for the future of Palestinian state by including Gaza and the West Bank in the ambassador's profile portfolio. The Biden administration appears to be determining that neither area is part of Israel, which is completely opposite to what they said when they said that they were going to support Israel on the campaign trail.
And we're already technically in a break, I think.
No, not yet. But yeah, close. Anyway. It's a funny thing how this works, but
no,
let's just say I think he's tired. I think he's already tired. I think he tuckered himself out first day in office. He's also saying that he's going to be able to run in 2024, which is really weird.
Okay, I'll pay to see that one.
All right,
guys, don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back.
mean, I know you were messed up about that, but dang, buddy.
No, you don't understand.
You really are messed up about that.
If we had a booth, if we were not in where we're at, and if we were in our own personal studio,
oh, you'd have been yelling. I know. You
yeah.
You'd have been. I know.
I'm not kidding.
Screaming at the skies.
My blood pressure is through the roof right now. Like I physically don't feel good now. And I knew, but I knew. We knew this kind of stuff was coming.
Like this was going to happen today. We knew that today was going to be this day. This was today.
No, I know. We knew it. We mentioned it yesterday. It's just you hope, you know what I mean? You kind of go into it going, maybe because Trump. We did it with Trump. We didn't.
Maybe it's not going to be.
We
so
didn't
bad.
vote for him. We didn't think he was going to be that great.
Right. But we also
there was a lot that he did. He was far better of a president than I ever gave him credit for.
That is definitely true.
Okay,
that is definitely true.
And he to me is good, possibly into great, not the greatest but he was
not the best president.
No. But he was really, really good.
He was generally good at what he did.
Yes, and I can give him that credit and that stuff because it was far further than what I had when 2016. But
I agree.
I'm even with him, like it was I guess maybe that's what it was. I'm so used to the constant surprises, oh, we're going to get screwed on this. Well, yeah, like, oh, here we go. Oh, that didn't turn out so bad.
That wasn't bad.
Oh, here we go again. Oh, that's not so bad.
Okay.
This one?
No, that's bad.
It's actually worse.
Yeah. Hey, guys, we're going to have a couple extra seconds, so shh.
This is Defenders Live.
All right, let's go over here to Twitter. Let's see what y'all are saying. Give me a minute to calm the hell
No,
down.
before we get to Twitter, just so you know, the stories that we all have, the reason why we started a few seconds late, it screwed Dylan up so bad that he missed the time on starting the run.
You don't. I mean,
so we're like off by 7 or 8 seconds for the entire show, and it's because of the stories.
Like I'm a kid. That's what I'm trying to. Like I'm being honest. Like
I'm phased out, straight up phased out.
I literally. There's no hyperbole, no exaggeration. I am physically messed up right now.
He told me after we went through the storylines and everything that was going on, he's like, I feel sick.
Yeah, my stomach. Like because again, we knew this kind of stuff was coming, but like if you were not watching on the Facebooks or any of the videos or on Mojo TV or anything like that, you don't get the behind the scenes in the break. But I told Steven, like the problem that I have with this is we didn't vote for Trump. I was very skeptical and very worried about Trump. Because before he ever ran, I mean, he was good friends with these people. You know what I mean? He ran in their circles and all this other stuff. And I really got worried. And he by far exceeded my expectations. He was way better than I gave the man credit for in the beginning. I put him at good, possibly great president status. I wouldn't go so far as to do the in front of it.
Well,
the greatest or the best or anything. He's not.
One major fault.
He was good.
He had one major fault, and that was growing the size of government and spending.
But every politician is, I mean, we're all human. We're all fallible. Compared to what I thought he was going to be.
Oh, yeah. It's eons away. Eons away.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm sitting here.
Let's go to the Twitters, though.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, let me finish.
No.
Jesus, let me finish my point.
No.
The fact of the matter is I didn't give him credit, but every time something would come along, I would go, oh, here it comes. And I'm like, oh, that's not so bad. Oh, it's not so bad. This is pretty good. Oh, well, that sucked. Oh, but it's not so bad. Even what sucked it wasn't bad.
It wasn't going to kill us.
It wasn't it wasn't, wasn't going to take our money, and it wasn't going to turn, well, except for the expanding government, But everything that comes out with Biden, I actually fear is also going to be not as I expect. It's going to be far worse. That's what I'm afraid of. Anyway,
Yeah.
Twitter.
So,
Peekaboo, Snarky Jackhole over on Twitter. Are you saying Sleepy Joe is sleepy?
yes, very much so. Kevin Hutchison on the Twitter.
Or senile. He could be senile.
Could be that, yeah. Looks like Benjamin Franklin got hit by lightning. Well, we all see it. We all see it. Let's just pretend we don't see it.
Yeah, talking about the new Health and Human Services.
Rachel Levin.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can we call him Raquel?
The Rockettes.
Yes. Just to make
Rocket
it
Levin.
worse. Yes.
Yes. James over there on the Twitters. Doc is rolling in his grave that Dylan Lyles bit his tongue and wasn't honest with himself at his reaction.
No, I'm very honest with myself in my reaction. My problem is I have a fear of a redheaded woman over in the other room.
He doesn't want to wake up the children.
I really don't.
I promise you guys, if we just had if one of the things that we're trying to do is we're trying to build up an income for this show so that we could do things like set up our own booth, our own little studio away from all the kids that we can
so they
set
don't have to go to
everything
bed
up.
when they do.
Exactly.
And everything can be.
I could leave the house, he could leave the house, and we can get to the one central location that has a studio.
Yes.
If we could do the studio, I promise you, the levels will have to change. But
Oh, absolutely.
because he will break the filter.
I will blow it out. And so it's not, I'm honest with my reaction. I know what my reactions are. Believe me, I desperately want to unload. I can't.
He's gonna do it once he gets out into the car.
Well, no,
he's gonna go out there and scream.
We've just started. I have a bad feeling I will lose it before the end of the show.
You might.
I'm trying to be respectful. This is not, there's a baby sleeping. I'm not trying to get in trouble or cause problems. I'm a little bit more worried about that than anything else. So
that worry may slowly degrade over time is what he's saying.
yeah.
But this isn't bad.
It's
though.
either, it's like, do I want to continue to feel like my head's splitting or do I want to get my ass kicked? Which one's more?
Yeah, so this one isn't bad, though.
Oh, real fast, one more. B from the SAV, also on Twitter. If day one involves changing a Twitter handle, it matters to you and you see it as a priority.
It's true.
And that's true.
Yeah, that's
it's
actually
sad
true.
that, like I said, it's just like the whole Facebook thing. If it's on Facebook, it's official.
Yep, that's right.
know.
It's not official until it's on Facebook.
We're not really dating until we have a committed relationship. That little thingy pops up on someone's feed and shows so-and-so and so-and-so are now dating.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not real until then. Same thing with Twitter.
I don't have certs unless I have it posted up on LinkedIn.
Yeah, that's true too. I don't have give a dams either, but I'm not showing that to anybody.
You have no farm.
The
for that.
field is barren.
It is a barren field.
That is the only thing I think climate change has bothered.
Really?
Mm-hmm. My give a damn field, I have not been able to grow anything for the past 39 years.
That's crazy.
I haven't.
You think it's climate
38
change?
years.
Do you
How
think
old
it's
am
climate? I don't know. How old are you? 36, I thought.
No.
37?
No.
Are you 38?
81. I'm
You're gonna
39. I'm 39.
You're going to be
I turned
39.
40.
Yeah.
No. I was born in 81. This is 21.
Yeah.
So I turned 40 this year.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Old man.
See, I can't even tell my own age. I remember when I could remember my age.
The big 4-0.
I did.
But you got an entire year basically until that happens.
I don't know. At this rate, I may have a heart attack
Beforehand.
Shows like this keep happening. I'm really going to need to start watching my diet and exercising.
Yeah, you are. Mm-hmm.
Fat man's going to keel over mid-show.
But no, this one's not bad. This one's not
This
bad.
one is not
this
bad.
Is okay. This is a good story. So calm down on this story.
I will.
Okay. Goose Frappa, you can even say this one. You can read this one and not.
Can I?
Yes, this is yours.
This is fantastic.
All
The Republican Party Central Committee in Carbon County, Wyoming. Wyoming has censured Representative Liz Cheney for voting to impeach President Trump as a support for the one-time raising GOP star crumbles in her home state. The censure resolution passed with a unanimous vote by the 45-member Central Committee. It included a demand that Ms. Cheney appear before the committee and explain her actions. Quote, our representatives did not represent our voice, end quote. That was according to Carbon County GOP Chairman Joey Corriente the fourth. Wow.
Nice.
I had to throw the fourth part in there.
Because it's real.
I'm not used to seeing
Fourth. Right.
Wow. Anyway.
Generations on generations.
Yeah, but nobody ever really goes that far.
Yeah.
I
I bet his generations will go down to the seventh son of the seventh son of the seventh son.
And that's where the curse will finally end. Anyway.
Right. That's where the curse is broken.
Yeah. And Joey, the fourth, presented the resolution to the Central Committee at a Saturday meeting where the vote took place. The resolution condemns Ms. Cheney for conduct described as defying the will of most Wyoming Republican voters and joining in a rushed impeachment that didn't examine all the facts and denied Mr. Trump due process.
That's all true.
I really wish more states would be like Wyoming in this instance.
In this specific one?
Yeah.
You didn't represent us. Leave.
Yeah. Why? I would love to find out. I want to get somebody from Wyoming to come on, a group of people. I would love to do like a hands-on thing or something. I'd come together with a how-to video that we can share to the rest of the states.
And just say, here's how you do it.
Yeah, here's how you tell your elected officials, your civil servants,
That they need to go
that,
pound sand.
yeah, that you have failed. You're fired. We don't like you. You didn't do as you said you would do and as we hired you to do. Thank you, but no thanks. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Like,
Man, wouldn't that be nice?
If more states did this,
Yeah.
the government, the crap that's going on, the stories we just read in the first part of this would not be happening, or at least not near to the volume that it is happening.
Yeah.
The censure is the latest blow to Ms. Cheney, a member of the House Republican leadership team and daughter of former VP Richard B. Cheney.
Otherwise known as Darth Vader Cheney.
Yeah, good old Dick. Mm-hmm. I wonder, why did they put it Richard? Because nobody, let's be honest, nobody knows, I don't think, nobody ever knows Richard B. Cheney. They know Dick Cheney.
Right.
You know.
They know Shotgun Face.
Yes.
They know the bird shot. That's what they know.
It was the shot heard round the world.
Not really.
You remember that from Schoolhouse Rock?
Yeah.
They can now replace that.
Yeah.
Have Cheney in like overalls and camo.
Bird shot on one side.
Well, he didn't get shot. He shot the other guy.
I know, but
still.
it's funny.
Anyway.
Ted Crew is from Wyoming. You're right.
I know he is.
Yeah.
I know he is. We might get him to do some on the ground
Some
stuff.
hands-on.
Yeah, do like put a little thing together. Mm-hmm. But it would be like a great, a Wyoming how-to video would be fantastic. The Wyoming Republican Party issued a statement last week saying its GOP voters overwhelmingly condemned Ms. Cheney's actions on impeachment.
Yep.
This is also widespread talk in Wyoming at a primary challenge against Ms. Cheney in 2022.
It's funny that you say primary challenge. Because U.S. House Republican Conference Chairwoman Representative Liz Cheney has drawn her first 2022 primary challenger.
Wow, they don't wait, do they?
No, they took no time.
They're like, we're done with you, heifer. We've censured you, and now we're going to turn around and have your ass gone.
Wyoming Republican State Senator Anthony Bouchard?
Sure.
Filled a statement
Bouchard.
Bouchard. Is it French or is it American?
Yeah.
That's the question.
It is Wyoming, so they're probably more American.
Maybe?
Hey, I don't know. Which one do you like better, Bouchard or Bouchard?
Bouchard.
All right, we'll go Bouchard then.
We're going to go Bouchard. Filed a statement.
It does sound classier.
Yeah, it does. Sounds like a senator.
It does. Bouchard sounds like your, plumber.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It makes more sense. I'm
going to dig a well.
He filed a statement of candidacy on Wednesday for Wyoming's lone congressional seat, initiating the primary challenge against Cheney for the next midterm election. Quote, Wyoming was President Trump's best state both times he ran. That's because Wyoming's voters are strong conservatives who want our leaders to stand up for America, defend our freedoms, and fight for our way of life, and always put the working people first. as President Trump did, Bouchard said in a statement. It's funny.
God, I am so...
They're quick, man.
Right now, I am so proud of Wyoming.
Like quick on the draw.
I don't have a desire to live there necessarily.
But good job.
I would love to visit. I would. I think it's a,
Nice place.
Yeah, I mean, the reason I don't want to live there is I'm a country boy, but I'm used to the woods. I'm used to having trees. I'm used to
straight flat land.
Foliage. Yeah, when the land is like the accent, it's flat and straight and goes on forever. I kind of get weary about that kind of stuff.
You need a little hilly.
Well, I do, because like there it's like we get cold. We get the same kind of weather almost as Wyoming. The difference is it's way colder there because they have no blockage. They have no trees. They have nothing to insulate.
Just straight cold air.
Yeah, it's either warm or it's hot, and it's like, ugh. But it's beautiful out there, though.
Oh, yeah.
I'd love to go visit.
Mm-hmm. Quote, Liz Cheney's longtime opposition to President Trump and her most recent vote for impeachment shows that just how out of touch she is with Wyoming.
Isn't most politicians out of touch with whatever
state they're in?
State or office,
generally
or
speaking,
their constituents in general?
Yes, most of them are, even though they're your representative. Wyoming taxpayers need a voice in Congress who will stand up to Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats and not give them cover.
That would be nice.
Yeah, that's why I'm running for Congress. That's from Bouchard.
Good for you. I mean, I'm a little worried that you're already
politician.
You're already a politician, but
at least you're a local state politician at that.
Maybe you're not corrupted.
Maybe it's not
enough
so
yet.
bad.
That's still.
I mean, you're a state pol, so you could be worse. Maybe,
or at least equal.
You should be better than Cheney.
Well, we can only hope. She didn't exactly set the bar very high.
No, she set a very low bar. That is definitely a low.
I've got a shoe down here that would go better than that, I think.
Cheney, the number 3 House Republican, infuriated Republicans in their home state by supporting the Democrat-led efforts to oust Trump from office 2 weeks before his term was set to expire in response to the January 6th, blah, 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 blah. All the things that we just talked about a second ago. On Tuesday, though, the Republicans of Carbon County, Wyoming, not only voted unanimously to censure her and submit their resolution to the state GOP for consideration. So, good job. Good job. All these things, good.
At least it's something. It's a bright moment.
It's a bright spot.
It's a good thing.
In a very dark day.
There is at least some hope somewhere. Not here.
Not at this point.
But at least it's
there. It's somewhere.
It's going on somewhere. I don't know. I just because God bless her. She learned from her father.
Yes.
She's used to, she's seen politics, she's seen the dirty-handedness of all of it, and she's trying to play the game.
It's time to play the game.
And the problem is, politicians need to learn really quick that it is our money, it is our lives, it is our livelihood. It has to do very much with us, and that's not a game.
No. Our lives are not games. But everybody seems to treat it as such.
Yeah. Or, because they definitely don't give a flying fig about anything.
Mm-hmm. B from the SAV over there on the Twitters. Mm-hmm. One of the qualifications for running for national office is to be out of touch.
Oh.
It's the primary filler.
That would explain why I'm not getting in.
Yeah.
Huh.
You're too in touch.
I don't know about that either.
I mean, you're a lot less in touch than Biden is to little kids, but...
Yeah, it depends on what we're touching.
Yeah. Politics?
Well, I was going to say, I don't know if a lot of... I genuinely...
The culture?
I was going to say, I genuinely believe that there are a lot of people, regardless of the demographic or even the location, even, the topography, as they would say, that most everybody kind of believes and agrees the same thing. We've just been divided and split and cut and parsed and stuck and hemmed and hawed and... For so long, we were just like,
All right.
Yeah, no, this section of, where I'm at is the only one that works. And that same town that has the exact same land, it looks exactly the same, all of it's identical. They're different and they're worse or they're whatever. And I don't know. What? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Tech Room. We appreciate you.
Thanks, bud.
Already on the ball about it.
Yep.
You are the manly man. We'll check it later.
It's there. It's just,
So?
I can.
We go to break in 10 minutes.
I know, but it's there.
I know it is.
It could be
No, but we can make this a big thing.
Could.
That's what I'm abiding on.
That's sad.
I know. That's my dad joke of the day. That's as far as it goes.
That's all we're getting to right now.
All you're going to get.
Mm-hmm.
Not doing anything else.
The Slug Escape over there on the Twitters. That is the strangest plea for a sponsorship. But okay, I'll donate.
It's not what we meant, but thank you.
Yeah. All right. I mean, we're not necessarily asking you to donate, but if you do, that's cool. We're happy.
I'm not going to say no, but
I mean, we also just
wasn't what the original plea. That wasn't a plea. It wasn't.
It was just a focus idea. It was a.
Well, no, it was basically to explain where we're,
why
letting y'all in on the what we're planning, what we're after, where our goal is. That's all that was. It wasn't.
We weren't trying to plead for anything.
It wasn't a plea.
It was a behind the scenes sort of note.
God, now I feel bad. I feel like I need to be holding a cup now. Be like, pardon me, sir. You spare $1.
I mean, this is the same person that sends us jellies and jams.
I know. That's why I don't understand
more,
why.
By the way, we have more.
Oh, we already really?
Yeah, we got a new one. I can't have it.
Why?
Banana.
Oh, the minute you said it, I was like, oh, it must be banana something.
Yeah. It's banana, so I can't. It's partially banana, so I can't have it.
More
but
for me.
I'm sure it's delicious.
Me and the intern will love it,
and the wife and kids, they'll eat it too.
Yeah. The intern has been chowing down on what's been left of the jelly. I'm not kidding. We are
slowly going through it.
The past couple weeks has ended up being kids go to bed. We sit down and we get into the bed.
Mm-hmm.
I have a heated blanket now, a big queen or king size heated blanket.
Right.
And we'll turn that sucker on and we'll bring in little snacky snacks and we'll turn on The Office. Because I bought it really cheap on Voodoo. And so we're going through The Office and she's just like crackers and we're like crackers and Slugs jelly and I got cereal and I'm getting crackers and Slugs jelly and it's like yummy. And that's why I've gained 20 pounds.
But it's fun.
No, I'm not complaining about that part. I'm complaining about the 20 pounds.
Well, that's your own fault. Impulse control.
No, it's not the impulse control. My problem is eating literally just before bed.
Yeah,
that's my problem.
That is an issue.
Because, and when I say literally going to bed, it's in some instances, it's sitting in the bed, stuff my face, put the bowl on the nightstand, roll over, go to sleep.
That's bad.
And that's not good.
That's bad.
That's not, no.
No, that's not a good thing.
And I need to stop that. And I know I do, but I'm a stress eater, especially. I'm not a stress eater. I'm a creature of habit. So once I start doing something, it's really hard to get out of that routine.
Yeah, I can understand.
Because it's a habit. It's not
now something that you're used to.
Yeah, it's not that I'm necessarily hungry or starving per se. It's just my brain goes, hey, it's almost bedtime. You need to eat something. And I'm like, okay.
Thanks, brain.
Thank you, brain. This is why I keep you around. And
no,
I know.
Oh, thanks, brain.
I used to love doing his voice. It was so much fun. Because I'm sorry, the best part of that cartoon was not any of the antics or anything that they would do. It'd be the minute he would look at him and go, are you thinking what I'm thinking, Pinky? And he would say some random off-the-wall stuff. And it was always different.
Yep, every time.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
They never repeated it. Well, they might have repeated it.
No.
Times, but it was always...
No. They actually documented it on the internet.
Oh, is it?
It's every one of them was different.
Yes.
It was so good. I think so, Brain, but if I wore pantyhose on my head, would they still call me a real lady?
No, I mean, it's time to take over the world.
Are you sure you want to do that, dude? Last time we did that, it didn't grow back. I loved it. It's so much fun. But anyway, no, I have to calm down. No, don't. No. Now, hold on.
What?
Slug Escape over on the Twitters. I will send you the no sugar added blueberry next time. Then I didn't say don't.
No, she's saying for the kiddo.
No, she would. Was it? What?
I mean, I have a kiddo that can't do the sugars.
No, I know that, but we didn't mention that. We were talking about my fat ass eating it before bed.
Well, yeah, that's true too. But
that's what I think it was.
It
might be both. It might be both. I don't know.
You know.
I'm still coming. I'm trying to slowly bring my blood pressure down, and so my brain's not 100% functioning.
That's why we're slowing down until we get to the next section to make sure that.
So he could turn around and stick me with a pin again.
It's
so he can take off running again.
I'm just gonna stab him with adrenaline right before we go. Oh, B from the SAV. Take some time, drink some APR coffee, and think about it.
I am.
Think about it. This is talking about. That's a reply from For Tech Rue, who said that Anthony
Bouchard
may be asking Tech Rue to replace him in the state senate.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, he already wants him to be at the state house. Hard to fit either into his schedule, though. So
that does.
I mean, it's hard to fit that into the schedule. Going to the state house or the Senate, he's got a very busy schedule.
You know what?
Very busy.
Hold on.
He's a very busy person. Techner's really busy.
I understand that, but let me throw something out here.
I mean, with all the furry cons and the making beers.
No. I got that. I got that.
Also working,
You don't have your stuff up. Dang on it.
Power and everything else. What?
I was thinking of Siri, something. I was looking for music, but you don't have everything.
I don't have anything.
No, Rue, listen, buddy, pal, look. Here's the deal. I remember I was a story I heard of a guy, who was offered a position, a very important position, similar to this,
right? Yeah,
And he kept saying virtually the same thing. I can't. My schedule doesn't work right. I'm not a good speaker. I don't have the time for this. It's not going to work. They're
going to hate me for this.
I don't know how it's going to. And he ended up doing it anyway.
Yeah, he did.
He ended up doing it anyway.
Yep.
Now, granted, the man walked in circles for 40 years in the desert. But he did leave the Israelites out of Egypt and to the promised land.
Yes.
And has been a staple as literally one of the literal pillars of the Christian faith under the Trinity. If I may be so bold, it goes kind of like the Trinity and then like Moses and Elijah. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, you also,
they go together.
If you add the Jewish tradition.
You do it together. Exactly. I'm just saying. Moses said the same thing, and look what happened to him.
I'm just saying, George Washington said, how many times is my country going to need me?
Exactly.
What I'm saying is people are saying you should go. And if people say you should go, that means people are going to vote for you. And if people are going to vote for you because you're a good person and a person of honor and integrity, and they'd like you to be in that position,
sometimes
I'm not saying it's your honor and duty.
No,
but it's kind of your duty.
This is look. Sometimes God speaks to us in actual audible ways,
but through
other people.
I'm just saying.
And if you have several people saying, "Hey,
maybe you should look into this,"
then maybe you should look into it.
And also remember, you were technically unemployed for quite a while.
Yeah.
And maybe that was the kick. Maybe that was the punch in the face, to say, hey, look, you need to get into the ball.
Or at least the moment where you need to get on your knees and be praying. find out where you're supposed to be going.
And guess what?
I'm just saying.
I think you might have already answered your tech crew.
Uh-huh.
You took a secondary route, avoiding your responsibilities, tech crew. Bad on you.
I don't know.
We're just joking with you, buddy. That's fine.
Either way, you know we got our support regardless.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, guys, first hour is in the bucket. Go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com. Those are the guys that are sponsoring this network and helping to keep us on the air.
Yes.
AmericanPrideRoasters.com. The literally historically great coffee has been around, well, not as long as the country has, but I'm telling you,
It is amazing.
It is so amazing. You would think that the recipe has been different flavors, different kinds of things. You will not be sorry. Go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com. We will be right back.
Perfecto. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at me.
Wow, these guys are awesome. Well, righteous. Oh, see, that's cool. Maybe we can get him on the show.
That might not be a bad idea.
Maybe we could. Maybe. He thought you were going to go with the George Washington instead of the Moses.
Oh, no, I was going to go Moses because I had a feeling you were going. I already had George Washington in the upholster, so.
Yeah. I was definitely going to hit the Washington.
Because I couldn't think of anybody after Washington.
Right. I was going to hit the Washington
So-
for sure, yeah. I mean, I did touch on the Washington, but I was going to like really hit it hard, but you went on full Moses, so. You went full Charlton Heston, I mean.
Yeah, because I figured we'd go to the beginning.
Right.
And then we could have a follow-up, and then ta-da.
It made sense.
Kevin Hutchins, the best thing about APR coffee, you don't even need to mix it with hot water. Shovel it into my face with a big spoon and eat it dry.
Yeah, actually, you could. Oh, you know what? Do you want to reset the sound?
How are we going to do that one?
Just pull it all the way to the end, and then just restart it again.
Oh, good idea. And then we just
And then just click
hit it at the right time. That's see,
second hour.
You're so smart.
Second hour.
You're so smart.
We're gonna make the second hour right, okay?
we do it right. We
gonna do it right.
back on time.
It's gonna be right, okay? Okay? Okay.
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 I could gargle APR coffee. I really could. It's not bad.
Yeah, me too. My too. Yes, Bray, but me and Katy Perry, what would our children look like? Yes.
So good.
I loved, I'm telling you, that was always my favorite part.
So good.
Because I would wait for him to do that. Where are we going to find a banana at this time of night? And it doesn't matter what it is. You could say virtually anything, and it's not even that funny.
There you go.
I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I get up when I'm bleeding, really breathing. I'll never back down.
This is the collision of common sense and comedy. This is Defenders Live.
I'll never back down. Thought I was 6 feet under.
Oh, it's gone. No, that's a good point. Welcome back to the show, everybody. Hour 2, Defenders Live. Go to doaeshow.com.
That's DOAE show.com.
It is. That's our website. Go check us out over there. We got archives going all the way back to virtually the beginning.
Basically, we missed 60 shows.
Yeah, and that was my fault. I didn't catch them quick enough.
Yeah,
they were on a separate server, and somebody else had them, and it got
It
wiped
got
away.
deleted.
So sorry, but that's all right. It's okay. The rest of them are all still there. You can go check those out. You can peruse the shop if you want to. Become a defender. $5 a month or $50 a year, which we've been talking back and forth. We might be tweaking that a little bit, not change, going up in prices or anything like that. Just
Adding things.
making more of a variety and whatnot.
Different ways.
Yeah, go check that out. Mojo50.com. The guys who are nice enough to keep us on the air with them, because for some reason, I still say it's because they just need to fill the time. But they say it's because that they like us
and that we do a good
and
job.
that we do a good job.
They give us pattings on the heads.
They do. I do find it a little condescending sometimes, but
Yeah. But you like it.
I do, because nobody pats my head anymore.
Right. It's usually because you're too tall.
That's true. It's hard to. So when you hit about the 6 foot mark, everybody like, oh well,
patting you on
not
the head
getting
is
the ladder, so now
yeah.
just a tap on the shoulder.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's a good job. Bud.
yeah, mojo50.com. Go to iHeartRadio.com. You can listen live there,
Yes.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week, nonstop.
To the Mojo 50 radio button.
Free speech radio. Like literally free speech. Anybody,
free speech.
True free speech. There's none of the shows are dictated or controlled by anything. They can say what they want. They have their own beliefs. They can bring on and do on and have on whoever they want and however they want to have their expressions as they want to. You're not going to find that anywhere else.
Right.
Period.
And just to give you an
So enjoy.
answer, I want to answer something real quick. Beep from the SAV. Hour 2 of DOA Show. More on God's voice. New ways to trigger Dylan and more. Plus, a little Malort's face. Like a bitter beer face, but worse. Tune in now. No, so
I love that
there
push.
there was a logistical issue with the Malort.
I was going to ask about that because the intern was asking me.
There's been a logistical issue with the Malort. It is still going to be on its way. It's not that it got stopped anywhere. It's that it got confiscated.
It got confiscated?
Yep. In shipping.
Who the hell would want to confiscate that?
The U.S. the United States decided to confiscate the Malorts
Why?
because you can't ship that. Apparently
Apparently they were desperate in
they need alcohol somewhere.
somebody needed
Somebody
a drink
really
and needed it
needed a
right
drink.
away.
Yeah, so
Good. Well,
so it's on its way, some way, somehow, some shape and form.
good. I've staved off
Staved off the Malort face for a while.
for a
now.
little while
Yeah,
anyway. Praise God. There are small, like 2021's not looking so bad now.
small victories.
Little things.
See, you just got to get that. Speaking of
There's a
little things.
silver lining everywhere.
Yeah, silver and gold. Silver and gold. President-elect Joe Biden's Janet Yellen, Secretary of Treasury, wanted to give a little speech,
Little speechifying is what you're saying.
speechify a little bit.
Yep.
You see, the Treasury Secretary nominee Janet Yellen on Tuesday pledged to create a team to focus on climate change.
Well, focus on what? What are they weather watchers? Is that what this is?
The Treasury Secretary nominee is going to focus on climate change in a move that likely puts the powerful agency at the forefront of the Biden administration's efforts to combat what she calls an existential threat.
Huh.
In a hearing before the Senate Finance Committee, Yellen said that she planned to start a new Treasury hub that would examine financial systems risks arising from climate change and on the related tax policy incentives. She also intends to appoint a very senior level, that's quotes, very senior level,
Very senior.
official to lead the climate efforts.
Well, good, I think.
Yellen's commitment marks a victory for lawmakers and advocates who want the Biden administration to enlist Treasury's sweeping influences to address the dangers that climate change poses to our economy.
Hold on. So just so we're clear,
Yep.
they're actually excited about the Treasury Department, the people who basically hold our money, collect the money, our taxes and whatnot.
Right.
They want them to look into controlling the weather. I mean, that's basically what it is. If we're gonna, talk about this, we're gonna call it as it is. They want the Treasury Department, the people who collect our money, to be responsible for coming up with the idea of ways to spend more money to stop the weather, or at least keep it from being what they don't like.
Keep it from affecting how they spend your money.
Do you know how the only way that is gonna work is if you live in a dome or a bubble,
Biodome?
a biodome.
A biodome.
Fear the weasel.
Right.
I love that movie. I don't care what anybody says.
She made clear that she agrees that rising temperatures and devastating natural disasters have the potential to disrupt the banking system, which climate activists say is vulnerable. Quote,
Time out.
Okay.
Time out.
All right.
Can we
Yeah.
go back just a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit right
Just a
here.
little bit.
Right there, yeah.
Can you tell me what devastating natural disasters you were talking about? Is it the hurricanes that we were supposedly had that we haven't?
Well, the rising temperatures and heat rises and
What
and
rising temperatures?
The giant like solar flares.
Solar flares.
Solar flares.
Solar flare.
Yeah.
Solar is another word for the sun.
Yeah, the flares from the sun.
The
Heat
so
waves.
what are you gonna put?
Well, they
Burn,
have,
is it a heat wave burning in your heart? You know,
right?
a
Yes.
Heat wave.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right. Yeah. So the solar flares, they work very much like an EMP at some point, and so they've got to harden these systems and making sure that the banking system doesn't get disrupted by climate change.
Okay, but hold on. Climate change
Uh-huh.
and solar flares.
Yes.
Not exactly the same thing.
I don't know what you're talking about.
They're
Science is now
not.
science has now come back.
No, they want to restore it. It hasn't been restored yet, so
They
there
are
is no
restoring.
science.
That's
Sorry.
what I'm saying. There's no science, so you can't prove that. They're restoring the science.
Fair enough.
They're restoring the science. So you got to wait until they bring it back. To make that argument, you have to wait until they restore the science.
Okay. Now, I will give in God, that hurt my head worse. I give you I give you into the idea. Okay, a solar flare. Now forget
Right.
climate change, forget the whole weather control crap that they want to do and all that jazz. Actual climate change, forget all that.
Sure, yeah.
Solar flare.
Solar flare.
Random. It can cause, like you said, it's a mini
yeah.
EMP. It does hit the
Basically, yeah.
atmosphere, and it can affect electronics here on
Yes,
Earth.
it can.
It can.
It can.
In that sphere, in that oddly specific way,
Very specific.
I can see where the whole where the banking system gets disrupted and blah blah blah. Okay, fine.
Right.
Then you need to start coming up with technology to protect that, and I got that.
They have that, right?
I know the what is that cage called? The
Faraday cage.
Faraday cage.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure there's other ways you could do it too.
So the problem with the Faraday cage is if you have signal that is somehow connected out of the Faraday cage, then the Faraday cage is useless.
yeah.
So it has to be contained inside of the Faraday cage, which means that you can't make large Faraday cages. They can only be like internal systems, and they can only connect out if you don't have the Faraday cage active.
Yeah,
So-
and I got that, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
But there are ways to harden systems without a Faraday cage.
that's what I'm saying.
know.
There's technology. There's stuff we can.
We
do.
have technology. We can make it work.
We have the technology to make it better, faster, stronger.
Before we lost all the science, we came up with
Yeah.
the technology
Yeah.
to harden our systems.
I wish I had known that Trump had gotten rid of all the sciences.
Right? Yeah. He just
I would
threw
then
it all into space.
I may have to rescind my prior statement about him being a great president or even a
Well,
good president.
It's a funny thing because I'm teaching my kid chemistry and stuff now,
Mhm.
and I'm being told that all the science is gone. They have to restore it.
So what are you teaching her then?
Well, it's in a book and it's chemistry.
But then it's not science because it's gone
Right.
because they have to restore it.
Yes. Let's just say I found it.
So all is not lost.
All is not lost. It's
You-
it's like alchemy. I'm trying to revivify
So
science
okay,
in
so-
my own personal house.
and I'm okay with that. But then if the government is under the impression that all science is lost
Mm-hmm.
and they have to restore it, then was it a really smart idea to be announcing it on literally the internet?
Well,
that-
they're restoring it anyway, so it's fine.
yeah, but if they find out that you already have some, then it will expedite their restorative process, which means they will be knocking on your door shortly
They might be.
and taking it by force.
Come on, knock on my door.
No, 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 no.
I'll be waiting for you.
Three's Company. Okay.
Just saying. Quote, we should take these risks very, very seriously.
Again, there's nothing. Okay. I'm having to choose my words carefully. My tumor is so pissed right now. I'm not kidding you. My head is splitting. So here's the deal.
Yep.
I will give them that there are risks with the climate, with all this stuff.
Right.
I will give it to them. Okay?
Yeah.
The world is a very dangerous place. No matter where you're at, what you do, how good you think you got it, how safe you think you are, anything at any moment could happen and it'll all go up in flames.
Right.
Okay?
Yes.
I'm going to give them that.
Okay.
The problem that I have with it is they're trying to fix it at the wrong end. Okay?
The
what I
back
mean
end?
on the back end.
Yeah.
Well, actually, in this end, they're trying to do it on the front end. They're trying to prevent it. They're going through so much effort. Climate, for example, the weather, climate, all of that stuff.
Uh-huh.
Instead of coming up with I'm gonna pause myself there. Let's take it back a little bit more.
Okay, step back.
California,
Knows how to party.
California,
Knows how to party.
in the city.
Of L.I.
I'll lie. Okay, California, no surprise to anyone, is plagued with earthquakes. One might deem that,
No.
and it is sadly yes.
No.
Yeah, I'm sorry to have to break the news to you now.
No.
Yeah, it is. It's horrible. There's a fault actually that if done properly,
So
at least-
somebody's at fault.
yeah, somebody is at fault. San Andreas,
Fault.
Saint Andrew
St. Andrew is at fault?
is at fault.
Who put that man in
And
charge?
I don't know, but according to the documentary, involving Superman and Lex Luthor, if you put a nuclear warhead in that point, it could split and sink the entire
West Coast.
West Coast.
It's
Yeah,
weird.
Nevada will now be wine country. But they have earthquakes. There was they came up with a building.
A building.
I mean, it was only one that I know of, but most of the structures are also built along those same lines.
Yeah.
That actually is supposed to be, it's not 100% obviously earthquake proof.
sure, it's very resistant.
Very, very resistant.
Okay.
Because you can't prevent an earthquake.
No. But you can
Try as
stop
you
it from
might.
affecting things.
Yeah, you
more-
can at
most
least
dramatically.
protect yourself or people and
Sure.
others a little bit more.
Right.
That's what you do.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? That's what you can control. You
Yeah.
can't stop the weather. You can't stop earthquakes. You can't stop solar flares. You can't stop a meteor or anything like that.
Sure. Well, we didn't start the fire.
It's always been burning since the world's been turning.
That's right.
But what you can do is prepare yourself. Or if you're going to have government dictating everything, then get them to start actually doing something that will protect you in that. And stop dumping tons of money into trying to keep this giant thing that no one can control from happening.
Yeah.
How about put all of that money, if you're going to spend it, invest it into something that will protect you better.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to have the world that has, literally climate controlled.
Yeah.
Then why aren't we building and researching literal, as dumb as it sounds, biodomes? Why aren't we doing that?
Why don't we research, I don't know, protective jumpsuits?
Well, because the jumpsuit...
Environmental jumpsuits.
Because nobody's going to want that. Let's be honest. Nobody's going to want that. People that are like this, that are spending that kind of money...
I don't know. I kind of want...
I
kind of want bio armor.
I do too, but for a completely different reason than what we're talking about.
They just look cool.
It does.
It just looks cool.
It'd be cool to hang on the wall.
Yeah.
But no, like the people that want this, they want to have the life like they have it now, and with no changes. You know what I mean?
You have to change to fit your environment.
Yeah, so that's why they won't want just a suit. Like they're gonna want to be able to walk out the door and the sun be shining and blah blah blah. You want climate control like that? Why are we focusing and dumping money in, say, stopping hurricanes and temperature rises?
Right.
Why aren't we just building giant domes? And I know this sounds stupid and it sounds crazy, but at least if you're going to spend the money and if you're going to invest in something to try and make a difference in that arena, why aren't you doing it on the back end? The same thing goes with abortion.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like instead of, killing the kid off, how about we work on trying to keep it from happening in the first place?
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's not the same. I guess
it's not
preventing
the
it in the front end, the back end.
Yeah, right.
Still, bad
Well,
example.
If you use the back end there, you wouldn't have to prevent.
That's true too. There is no prevention. It's self-preventative.
That's yeah.
That's but I'm just saying, if we're going to dump money for this, why not? And I keep using biodome, but I'm sure there's something else.
Pauly Shore.
I guess I'm going to go home and watch that now. Pauly Shore.
Instead of watching The Office, you're going to watch biodome.
No, I'm going to watch The Office.
Afterwards.
No, we're going to watch that. I might watch Pauly Shore tomorrow at work.
Mm-hmm. You got to label cables or something. Mm-hmm. That'd be good.
And find it.
Yeah.
But that's all I'm saying. If we're going to invest in this stuff, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like if they, same thing kind of goes with like cancer and all this other jazz. If we're gonna if you're gonna put all this money and nothing's working, then how about we start working on
the things that have worked in the past,
or at least making the treatments not be so painful.
Yeah. So
I don't know.
So speaking of cancer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Found out today, a guy called me, one of my previous coworkers. Found out he had one of our previous coworkers that we both knew.
Yeah.
Found out he had cancer.
Yeah.
And he started treatment a month ago.
Okay. A month ago.
Yeah, he passed away from the treatment.
Oof. Mm. Wait a minute. Say that. Hold on.
He passed away.
Who? I'm sorry. I was actually reading something. So I heard somebody had cancer, take treatment.
I had it's previous employee.
Okay. No, I heard employer. I was
previous employee that I worked with.
I zoned for a second because I thought I may have known him too.
Fellow employee from a previous company.
Yeah. That's where I missed.
Right.
Okay. Sorry.
Previous company, fellow employee.
Got cancer, took the stuff, and died.
And he passed away recently.
Mm.
And by recently, I mean literally this past couple days.
Ugh.
Like yesterday or today. But he didn't even know he had cancer.
Mm.
And it went from hey, yeah, you have liver and kidney, and also it's probably in your lymph nodes, to, no, you're dead.
Well, I was going to say, once it hits your lymph node, you're done.
Right. Well, yeah, but he was doing
everything.
He went to the hardcore stage 3,
Ugh.
the whole deal. And
Bless his heart.
And it sucks.
Yeah. That's what I don't know.
But in these sort of things, it's all, prevention is key, but.
Well, yeah, but you got to figure out how to prevent cancer, and that's the thing.
You can't prevent cancer.
Cancer is that's a whole nother thing. I feel like that's just a giant money pit.
Well, cancer is the multiplication of cells.
No,
in your body. That's all it is.
No, and I got that.
That's all it is. It's your body reproducing cells, and that signal is not stopping, so it creates these detrimental problems in your body.
Yeah, my problem with it, the whole cancer research thing is so. has become such a money pit.
Oh yeah,
and
it's terrible.
so part of our lives an accepted money pit. I did my taxes yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, one of the questions at the end, I was doing it on TurboTax. One of the questions at the end was, did I want to donate to cancer research?
No. The answer's no.
And the answer is always no. I'm sorry, but you've gotten billions upon billions of dollars for how many years now? And the best you can come up with is, oh, well, we're going to pump you full of radioactive
goo
chemicals, yeah, and hope that it kills the cancer before it kills you.
And then hopefully you recover enough to where you can live for another 2 years after your body's been through chemo.
Yeah.
All these deadly chemicals.
Yeah.
We're going to kill the poison with poison.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing. Speaking of poisons, Vogue magazine.
That's a poison.
Yeah, will print a limited edition of
Okay.
its February issue
Okay.
with a variant cover.
A variant cover.
A variant cover.
Okay.
A week-long battle is what this came from. A week-long battle with the vice president, Camel Toe Harris, and her team over why an informal cover shot was chosen over the formal one. Kamala Harris is going to be on the cover of Vogue.
No, and I got that. I got that part.
And by the way, does she not look like Droopy Dog now?
That's
I'm not. Look at her face. She looks like Droopy Dog. She has aged 15 years in the last month and a half.
yeah, she's not doing well. I'm coming to the question. So the whole point of this argument
Looks like a saddle that's been ridden hard.
and hung out to dry.
And that makes sense in multiple ways.
Here's the yes, it does. I'm stuck on this because there was apparently an argument over an informal cover shot, and they wanted them to do the formal one.
Yeah, like they had a formal shoot.
So yeah, so they did two different shoots.
Yeah, two different shoots.
So here's
That's a lot of money spent on cameras and
well, there is,
equipment.
and you know the time and so if you as the VP, the new VP, or
Veep.
as any human being for that matter, I'm just
Veep.
yeah, for any human being for that matter, you're getting ready to get your picture taken. You're going to kind of go in, and I understand that the magazine has an idea for stuff.
Sure, right.
But they're also supposed to be capturing you.
In essence.
In essence. So why did you give them the option to have an informal one in the first place? You're the vice president of the United States, for crying out loud. You walk in and go, here's the deal. I appreciate you wanting me on here. This is how I'm going to do it. Now, you can tweak it however you want in this realm, but this is where I'm at, and boom.
Maybe they want to capture you in the moment.
But if you're not going to go with it, then why did you give them the option in the first place? And I know what everybody's going to say. Well, what probably happened was they thought it was a great idea, and then they looked at both of them, and she says, no, we don't want that one. We want to go with the other one. And
They
Vogue
said, well,
didn't.
these look better.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
Because you were younger in this picture.
That was before your body went through a very long,
Serious and
journey.
dramatic change.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happened, but somehow she went from,
There was a toll taken on you. I don't care.
I thought that was only supposed to happen to the president. I know you can't change Biden much more than what he already is, but
Yeah, if Biden changes any more, he's going to be the dude he's going to be Crypt Keeper.
pretty close. He's gonna get there. But like his hair is thinning and thinning more.
She is though. That's the thing. Like she was. Kamala Harris.
She wasn't the best looking person in the world.
No,
but
I mean I don't think so either. But I mean she wasn't ugly. She wasn't like.
No.
She wasn't. No. She was no Debbie. What's her name? Schultz. You know what I mean?
But now she really does look like Droopy Dog.
Well, and that's what I was going to say. Now, granted, it's just a picture. It's a one-time shot at that moment. It's different. But she is, of everybody, you remember how much of a drastic change Obama went through for 8 years?
Yeah. Not even 8 years. It was in the first year.
She's going to go through even worse.
I'm pretty sure.
Dollars to donuts, she's going to come out looking resembling Nancy Pelosi by the time her term's over. I would bet money on it. Because the office, whether you agree with their politics or not and all the stuff or not,
it's deadly.
It will kick your tail.
Yeah, buddy.
And she's, God bless them. I mean, good luck.
Well.
On top of, working so hard to undo everything from a guy that
You didn't believe in the first place.
Well, I was gonna say you've let live rent free in your brain for the past 4 years. Congratulations.
Yeah, 6 years, really.
Yeah.
But, I digress.
Anyway,
What is it going to be?
we'll be right back, guys. Don't go nowhere.
Right after this. James. Chemo. We try to kill the cancer before the treatment kills you. That's basically it. Did you see B from the SUV? Oh, you're replying to it right now, did you? I still say bio armor is pretty cool. At least it's not a still suit.
That's true.
You know, it's not going to leave like a scar on your face from the hose that you get from your redistributed water that you reclaimed and then filtered through the suit
That come out of your urine.
and everything else.
It came from your pee.
And sweat
Ew.
and all of it.
That's nasty.
So it kind of tastes like you.
Because, you know,
Think about that. That's disgusting.
everybody.
That's disgusting.
'Cause-
think about, okay, Dune. This is from Dune.
yeah.
Just think about that. The system of reclamating your water in a still suit. It's all of your water. Like you can keep up. It helps you maintain 90% of your water.
Because everyone likes the flavor, the taste of their own flavor.
Like if you had something really bad to eat,
Like
if you had like
asparagus,
the water, like asparagus, or what if like the water starts tasting like garlic, and all right, we're coming back. Hot dog water.
gross.
Ew.
This is Defenders Live.
Oh, here we go. Final hour, final half hour. A lot going on. Oh my goodness.
What?
Well, looky there.
You see who's here?
I do, and on a platform I never expected her to be on.
Well, you know.
Hi.
Sometimes people surprise you.
They did. It must be my birthday. I just saying. That's fantastic.
Yeah, well, you know.
Oh well. Anyway. Oh, good Lord. So here we go. We got another segment to go, and I'm really.
You really don't want to start this, do you?
I don't. It was okay. Like that middle section was good,
It wasn't bad. Okay.
and now Canadian tribes that have invested in the Keystone XL pipeline are pushing back against the president-elect, which, well, now he's president.
Yep.
Joseph R. Biden. What the hell did you get this? What is this from?
What do you mean?
What are no? Who's the? No. What's the source?
Oh, it's the Washington Post.
Oh, good Lord.
Yep.
So does that mean,
Joseph R. Biden.
I was gonna say. So does that mean I need to read it like it's the Washington Post?
Sure, why not?
Canadian tribes invested in the Keystone XL are pushing back against President-elect Joseph R. Biden's reported plans to cancel the enormous pipeline project in what would present a delicate political balancing act for the incoming administration. Reports that Mr. Biden will rip up the U.S. cross-border permit on day one of his presidency met with a starch rebuke Tuesday from Alvin Francis, chief of the Canadian First Nation of Saskatchewan.
Continue. Sorry.
Please don't interrupt when I'm reading.
Sorry. I apologize.
Alvin, who said such a move would be devastating to indigenous peoples. Quote, if news of President-elect Biden potentially pulling Keystone's XL's presidential permit is true, I want to fully express how devastating this would be to my community and others across Canada and to the U.S. who are benefiting from the project. Alvin! No, actually, I was thinking more along the lines of, because he goes, it'd be devastating to the community and others across Canada. And I'm like, yeah, the other 50 people that live there.
Yeah,
And
across
25 of them own like a Tom Hortons. That's that's what it is. Like, I'm sorry, Canada, you don't have a lot going for you.
It's truly just those degens from up north. I mean,
Degens, man. Mr. Francis, a president of Natural Law Energy, entered into a historic agreement in September between TC Energy, the pipelines developer, for the 5-tribe company to become an equity partner with a $1 billion investment in Keystone's XL.
so basically, this is a huge loss.
That I think can be summed up already. If he just swore in today, Biden's literal legacy at this point,
A huge loss for
Is-
America and Canada.
it's all he's about is laws. The money that was invested in the wall is going to stop. The wall that has been half built is now going to just sit there in
Gone.
shambles and not be finished.
Right.
All complete loss and waste.
XL pipeline.
Complete loss.
Yep.
Everything he's going to do, talking about going back to Obama era type regulations and things like that, and
Using
mandates,
the Treasury to spend money about climate change, complete loss.
everything. There's nothing that the man is not going to gain anything except for unemployment,
A lot of it.
a lot of unemployment,
A lot of inflation.
I would argue that if he's going to start opening up borders and doing all this stuff, don't be surprised if you start seeing a little bit more terrorist activity.
I'm just saying, if you don't have Bitcoin, now is not the time to buy. But if you have bought Bitcoin before, I don't know, 3 months ago,
Yeah,
you're probably going to be okay.
at least for a little while.
You're going to get a little bit anyway. You're going to get something. You'll be all right.
Yeah.
You'll be all right.
Yep. Indeed, Mr. Biden stressed that his campaign, his commitment to, quote, working to empower tribal nations, he then followed up by announcing that he would name Representative Deb Haaland, the New Mexico Democrat, to head the Interior Department, for which would make her the first American Indian cabinet secretary in U.S. history.
Excuse me.
Uh-huh.
There is no such thing as American Indian.
Why? What do you mean there's no such thing as American Indian?
There is no such thing as an American Indian.
Why?
That is an incorrect political term.
But then what is the correct? Is it
Native American.
I can give you that, but American.
It's Native American Indian is not a politically correct term. I'm sorry, we can't go that way.
I think we should write.
If you're going to claim PC culture and you're
Yeah, you're
going to
right.
go this route, you have to go all the way. You can't be Pluto.
You need to, yeah, you're right. You need to
You have to go full
I
hog.
think you're off the next couple of days.
Yeah.
I think what you need to do is write a strongly worded letter to the Washington Post.
I need to write a
And-
strongly worded
and-
letter to the
and-
Washington Post and just circle this.
And circle
thing.
this and bring this to light and say, excuse me.
Excuse
and
me.
do it just like that laid out. If you're going to play the PC culture and all this crap, then, and I mean, obviously make it
Right.
more.
I'll be nice and eloquent about it.
Yeah.
but yeah.
I think that'd be fantastic.
I think we're going to
And then when we get a response back, we read it live on the air.
That'd be really good.
Yeah.
I think we might need to do that.
I like it.
That's a good idea.
On the other hand, Mr. Biden also has placed climate change at the forefront of his agenda, vowing to, quote, transition from oil industry to solar and wind with the goal of achieving U.S. at a net zero emissions by 2050.
Okay. It was by 2020.
Here's,
In 2008, it was by 2020. Net zero
okay.
by 2020.
Yeah.
It's now 2021.
Yeah. And we're not at net zero.
We're nowhere close to net zero.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. There's so many things that go on that interchange that people like the whole, oh, well, I'm driving a smart car. I'm driving a hybrid that has to be charged up with electricity. Yes, everybody thinks, oh, we're not burning fossil fuels, except for you still have the coal plants going that are still burning in the power plants. That
They're still
gives you the
made with
power.
polymers.
Yes.
Polymers are made with what?
Yeah.
Oil.
Oil. Polyethylene is nothing.
An oil-based
It's
product.
oil-based. Come on. God. I don't even. Look, I was homeschooled my whole life. I don't know nothing about nothing. Even I had the wonderful pleasure of playing with polyethylene. It's nothing but oil in a solid form. It's people. I'm just
Bulletproof glass.
I know, right? But here's the one thing that gets me about it, and this is what I was trying to mention a second ago. Net zero emissions by 2050.
Yeah.
You're not going to be in office in 2050. I would wager.
There's no way you can go. That's a political statement that you
I know.
can't make unless you know that you're going to be in control.
Yeah, and that's a dangerous thing to be trying to throw out there. That's what I'm scared of. On top of the fact that we all know that there's no way on God's green earth that Biden is going to be alive in 2050.
It's not just that. What this is
hell, I'm not going to be alive in 2050.
You said it's okay. It's like, okay, so if let's say you're the leader of a company, right?
You mean the leader of the pack?
Yes.
Okay.
You're a leader of the pack, right? Vroom, vroom. Yeah. And you set a vision statement for your company.
Okay.
Okay. This is his vision statement. Net zero emissions by 2050.
Yeah.
Okay. And he knows that he only has 5 years to live.
Uh-huh.
And it's 2021.
Okay. Okay.
So what he's doing,
Mm-hmm.
what they do with this, they're setting a goal so far out, so lofty, so out of anybody's focus that they can use it for the next 30 years, 25 years. They can use it for the next 25 years to say whatever the hell they want, push whatever policy they want, because they can say, well,
this is what we have to do to make our goal.
this is what we have to do.
Remember,
to make
we're
our goal.
aiming for that. We have to get there, and this
That
is what we have to
goal-
do to get there.
Exactly. That goal
Yep.
and anything, whatever it
I know.
takes, that's where we have to go.
No, I know that's what it is. It's just because this is a literal vow to transition from industrial oil. Like, why? Why? Does the burning of oil and carbon and all this, is it? Yes, it does have. If you have more, it's the same thing of being a good steward. Does burning anything
Right.
put pollutants into the air? Yes.
Sometimes.
Yes.
Yes.
But you know what? The world is set up to kind of work around that.
Right. It's set up to make sure, to verify that anything that happens, our environment is made to counteract it.
Like trees. We breathe out carbon dioxide.
Right.
Trees
And plants.
breathe in carbon dioxide and breathe out oxygen. It's working back and forth.
Yeah.
Though when it becomes a problem is when the world is putting out more carbon dioxide than the plants can handle. This is like kindergarten, first grade science. Oh, wait, science is gone.
That's right. Science is gone.
I forgot about that.
You can't use science.
Well, it is. Maybe I'm holding on to it.
You're holding on to a hidden treasure.
But anyway, that's the news flash. When y'all start learning science again, this is the first thing you're going to learn.
Treasures of the Hidden Temple.
It is. I feel like a temple runner.
It's Nickelodeon TV show.
I know, remember. But that's the thing. That's the balance. Nobody in their right mind ever wants to intentionally destroy the earth.
No.
I don't believe. Now, there might be some
There
few
are
people who are careless.
There are people that want to destroy the earth.
And there might be. I've never met them. But a good majority of people don't.
Right. That's not their idea.
And to paint people into that picture just is wrong.
It's weird. Why would you allow that into your mind? Why would you want to put that into position that you would come to that idea that, well, people are just mean and cruel and want to kill the earth? No, not really.
I mean, we could find ways
Yeah.
to do things better.
Oh, if we
to
wanted,
work better.
If we wanted to kill the earth, it's simple. We have nukes.
Drop nukes into volcanoes.
You can drop a nuke into volcanoes. You could just drop nukes.
There's enough of them on the planet. It would cause it would throw.
We could make the earth crack with nukes.
Or at least cause enough damage that it'll throw things off and
Completely for the next 2,000 years.
yeah. You know, it's not hard. The point of the matter is that most people do care. Most people want to have clean water, clean air,
Yes.
and blah, 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 blah.
Right.
The fact of the matter is that we're scared or being scared into all of this stuff. Oh, you know, this oil is so bad and it's so bad. Stop. For once, I just wish they would be honest. And I know it's never going to happen.
Why would they be honest?
I know. They have no reason to.
There's no honesty.
Every human being, most human beings,
Right.
want to take care of the earth. They don't want to destroy it. They don't want to do anything. They don't.
Most of them don't even want to leave their house. So
Yeah. So to sit here and to act like this is such a huge deal and such a bad, come on.
Calm down.
Stop.
Calm down.
Nobody wants to see any of this stuff happening, and most people are doing stuff too. And there are some good. Recycling is good. Is it a pain in the ass to do sometimes? Yes. But it does help. It does work.
Right.
Now, I would argue that you kind of offset that whole recycling thing when you have a diesel truck pull up to the front of your house, idling, and collecting it, and stop and go through your neighborhood.
That thing.
Yeah. But we've at a point in even now where we have offset things so much. Not just in America, a lot of the world has done it too,
Yeah.
except for China.
Well,
But you know, we can't be responsible for China. We can't sit it in the Paris climate agreement and think that, oh, well, if we do this stuff, then we have set ourselves up. And all that does, and like Steven said a second ago, is it sets up the excuse and the pathway to be able to rob you blind for the next 25 to 30 years.
Exactly.
And then there won't be anything you can do about it. And it'll all be done under the, well, you want to make sure that you have something for your children.
and when 2050 hits, if we're still alive, when 2050 hits,
At this rate, I pray to God I'm not.
well, just saying.
At this rate.
I know. I'm just saying. You know, it's 30 years. When 2050 hits, they're gonna bump it up to the year 3000.
Uh-huh.
Which that's just weird.
But it'll be,
That's
again,
just weird to say. Like, you know,
Yeah.
the year
I know.
2100. The year 2100. That's what they'll bump it up to. That's weird to say.
I was off tangent for a second, but like, think about it. We're in 2021.
Yes.
1921 was 100 years ago.
Betty White.
Uh-huh. Like, think of the way the world was in 1921.
No.
Like, I'm honest.
Don't even go that far. Stop. If you were born in 19 anything,
I know.
you are legally able to drink alcohol.
Actually, if you're born in 20.
All they have to look at is the year.
I know.
If you
They
have
see
a
a
one,
one, you're good.
you are good.
You're of legal age. Congratulations.
No, that's close enough. I can see the one in your
on your driver's license, we're fine.
What one? What are you talking about? 19. Yeah. Son of a.
No, but it's just I don't know. It bothers me to the nth degree that like you said, it's just a pathway to be able to rob you blind.
That's all it is.
And then and we fall for it.
Every time.
We let it happen.
Yep.
We say, "Oh yeah, no, this is important," and blah 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 blah. And I just
Well, there is some honesty.
no, and I don't believe it.
No, this is
I'm irritated. Actually, I had a really good thought to finish that up with, and your little 19.
I'm sorry,
thing
I ruined it for you.
ruined it. Now I can't get it back.
I'm sorry.
Damn it.
My
Okay.
apologies.
No, it's fine. It's
But
whatever.
there has been a little bit of honesty out of the Biden administration.
Okay. Like what?
Just a little bit.
I don't believe it, but go ahead.
Alejandro Mayorkas.
Mhm.
What?
No,
He's
go-
the president-elect.
Hashtag nailed it. Hashtag like a native.
Thank
no,
you.
you got it. I just
He's the president-elect's
I just hear
Homeland
Mayorkas.
Security.
I just hear Mayorkas and I think of a whale.
orca.
An orca whale.
May orcas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, orcas in May.
Sounds like a song.
Actually, it sounds like a band, a really sad band name. Orcas of May.
It's an indie band from
It's an indie rock band.
indie rock band from like the underground of like Britain or something.
in the Bay. Oh man, he's the pick for Homeland Security.
A pig?
He's the pick.
Oh, pick. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
He's the new pick
I
for
need
the
new
lead
headphones.
in Homeland Security. Okay. for the new administration. On Tuesday, he acknowledged something that we have been saying for years.
He did?
Yes. That we have been saying for years.
The pineapple doesn't belong on pizza?
No.
Oh, damn.
That the cages at the migratory camps were built under Barack Obama.
Wait a minute. Who is this guy again? The president?
Alejandro Mayorkas.
And he is what now?
He is the pick, Joe Biden's pick for Homeland Security.
Are you sure about that?
DHS, yeah.
Are you sure?
Uh-huh.
I don't know. After this, he may not have a job.
See, he was the Deputy Secretary of Homeland Security during the 2014-2015 border surge.
Okay. So he was there front and center, basically.
Right, when the chain link enclosures were built.
Okay.
Like, he was there, basically, overseeing what was going on.
Okay. But I'm saying he's not going to have a job. You don't sit there and badmouth the Messiah himself, especially when his VP is now the sitting president of the United States.
See, Senator Ron Johnson of Wisconsin, Republican, asked him if those were the same enclosures that the Trump administration took heat for in 2018, 2019. And he said, yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's, the stuff that everybody said, hey, this Trump is locking kids in cages.
Yeah, how dare you? Cages and whatnot. And it was them the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
The whole time.
He did reject the idea and the accusation that families were separated during the Obama years, saying that he explicitly rejected that idea when he was at the department deputy.
Now, you can reject an idea all you want to. Facts are facts, Chief.
And the facts of life.
Yeah, that's all you have are the facts of life. You can reject it however you want to. You can do it till you're blue in the face. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
The fact is, they did separate them, and I hate that whole. You separated families.
We're separating people to make sure that they are actually families.
You committed and you committed a crime,
and you can't keep people of this of an age group in with the adults. Just like you shouldn't be keeping males and females together.
It's not.
It's a safety issue.
Yeah, it's not to degrade anybody. It's not to tear families apart. It literally is for safety.
For the kids' safety, for the women's safety,
In some cases for the men's safety.
In some cases for the men's safety. You can't do that. If you don't separate those out, there are going to be problems. There are going to be issues. I understand. Oh, but the families, we get it. They shouldn't have come here in the first place.
Yeah. And not for nothing, when people commit crimes here in America, and everybody uses this one, but it works. It's true.
You commit a crime.
If you commit a crime, you will be separated from your family.
You will be
put in a cage.
Yeah. It's funny how that works.
That's how that works. You don't have a problem with that.
No, because it's,
I'm going to take it one better. Forget even like a normal crime. A father...
Right.
Who doesn't pay child support can be arrested, separated from his family, and put in a cage.
Yep.
Regardless. Doesn't matter what reason it is that he isn't paying. Maybe he can't afford it. Maybe he can and is just being a douche.
Possible.
Never know.
But he can be separated from his
in the
kids
end,
for
he still gets arrested and still gets separated.
Yeah.
Nobody has a problem with that.
But they do have a problem with separating families at the border.
It fascinates me that they think so little. Let me back this up. They're all about, inclusion, and we have to have equality or equity and all of this stuff. All these poor people of color call us racist. And yet you can't look at anybody and think that, especially if they're not white, and think that they can think for themselves.
Yeah.
They have to do it for them because these people are too stupid to be able to come up with it on their own.
Right.
And it saddens me. And then what's worse is these people buy into it. Oh yeah, no, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just here.
Yeah, they just pull in
and
immediately. They pull through all of it. But at least he is being honest.
No. Well, again, he's going to be honest. Now, he's going to be in the back of a black van here before too long. But
Probably so, yeah.
And he is definitely probably not going to be picked anymore.
Well, I mean, he has been picked.
Yeah, but he could be picked. He can be unpicked too.
I picked you and I could unpick you.
Yeah. You know what? Maybe this is not such a good idea, Mr. Alejandro.
Well, the funny thing you say that because Biden also separated himself from the policy.
What policy?
The Barack Obama border policy.
Oh,
He tried to distance himself from it already.
saying he wasn't part of it.
Yeah,
even though he wasn't vice president.
It wasn't his deal.
Oh, so that's the game he's playing.
Yeah.
I was only vice president. I didn't have any.
I didn't have a
powers.
say in that.
I didn't say anything about any of that.
Which is true. You didn't have a say in anything, and you were just a figurehead. But that doesn't make any difference. You were a buffer. Now, President Joe Biden, you were, as VP, a buffer.
You know what, though? I can understand not saying anything in office.
Yes.
You know, you don't want to show that kind of dissension
True.
amongst the ranks, especially when
Yeah.
that's going on. And I understand that.
But if you surround yourself with yes men.
Well, I was going to say, he's been out for 4 years.
Right.
He could have said anything he wanted to.
Yep,
if he really, truly is distancing himself from it and trying to say, oh, no, that wasn't me, that wasn't me.
He could have said that before.
Why did it wait 4 years to say something?
Uh-huh.
I'm just saying.
Donna over on the Facebook. Separated families is BS. They don't know if they're actually coyotes that are bringing in the kids and peeps and drugs all over there, pack meals, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So
no,
that's
and you're
one of the reasons.
And that's true too. Again, like we said, it was for safety. It was safety for us. It's safety for the people coming in.
Yep.
But the fact of the matter is that they recognize that most people have the attention span of a goldfish.
Right.
And all you need to give them is families are separated. That's
Done.
it. Nobody does their own research. Nobody does their own homework. Nobody listens to anything other than what they've been trained and conditioned to listen to, which is the media.
Right.
Which is, the common heads, the stuff that's been there forever. You trust it because it's been there forever.
Right. Well, the whole idea is if you want to make communications effective, one, you can do one of two things: short, concise messages.
Yeah, which we didn't do going to 2 hours, but I digress.
What are you talking about? Or you can constantly repeat yourself over and over and over again to make sure that everybody understands or everybody follows the path.
Say a lie long enough and loud enough.
It will become considered the truth.
Yep. Oh, congratulations, by the way, getting out of Facebook jail.
Yay!
My mom just got put back in there again.
Oh, yeah? Mm-hmm. I don't do anything on Facebook.
I don't either.
Like, literally, the video is the only thing that happens on Facebook, and I'm like, all right, whatever.
Well, I keep up with some people sometimes, but
Sure.
I don't, not anymore.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
And finally, do you want to go this one?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Take it to the limit. One more time.
Online retail giant Amazon has reached out to President Joe Biden.
Oh,
Soon after his inauguration today, offering to, quote unquote, leverage its operations to assist in his efforts to ramp up distribution of COVID-19 vaccines nationwide.
so they want to be the distribution center?
I guess it's because they
Have the facilities.
They have because they can deliver in,
They could do
within
Amazon
2 hours and do a
home delivery. Yeah.
David Clark, the chief executive for Amazon's worldwide consumer business, issued a letter to Biden congratulating him on being president before declaring, quote, as you begin your work leading the country out of the COVID crisis, Amazon stands ready to assist you in reaching your goal of vaccinating 100 million Americans in the first 100 days of your administration, end quote. Just for the record, I will not be one of them.
And neither will I.
And none of my kids, none of my family will be if I have anything to do with it.
My family will not be touching it.
You want to ostracize us? You want to cast us out? You want to send us? Fine.
Sure.
I'm trained and have the ability to live out in the wilderness. Do you? Are you? Can you do it, Mr. But never mind.
I mean, I can survive.
No, I know you can. I wouldn't talk about like that. I'm talking about
these
these jackasses who think they're, scaring somebody into something.
jack wagons.
Douchebags. After noting that Amazon is second largest employer in the U.S., Clark explained, quote, we are prepared to leverage our operations and information technology and communication capabilities and the expertise to assist in your administration's vaccination efforts.
Ah, what assist.
Isn't that great?
That's assistance right there.
So now you can get it delivered right to your door in 2 hours.
Or less.
Again, you're going to get a vaccine that doesn't cure it. It doesn't stop it, doesn't prevent you from doing anything. And you still have to do the social distancing. You still have to wear a mask. You still have to
Everything.
work opposite shifts from people in double teams and everything like everybody's been doing.
Everything.
Nothing changes. So enlighten me as to why you're going to be willingly sticking a needle of some foreign liquid into your arm.
Because you can.
We've been trying to... I got
because you
2 of
can.
them. Cancer's been researched for how many years?
Too long.
And they have nothing?
Well, they do. They just quell it all.
Well, but...
They
and
crush it.
But, you know, you're going to stick yourself with a vaccine that in a year or less has been suddenly manufactured and thrown out there.
And also kills people.
Not me, Satan. Not today.
Not today.
Not today, Satan. All right.
You know what else is not today?
What's that?
Any more show.
I know. Time is up. Guys, thank you so much for listening to us. We appreciate it. Go to mojo50.com. Partner up with those guys. Make sure you make that your P1 when you're listening and driving around anywhere on iHeartRadio under Mojo Radio. Mojo 50 Radio, excuse me. See y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.